Hello, everyone, and welcome to Marshalltown Bobcats Esports. Today we will be running Mario Kart, and today I'll just kind of be commentating solo. I unfortunately do not have any of the other kids with me today. So let's go ahead and go into this. Let's jump into the team lineup. So today we will be going with Juan Pisano in Team 1, Mauricio Javi Nunes, and then Team 2 will go with Dayton Mars Hernandez with Sam Bennett. And then Team 3 will go with Ross Vitek and Mark Rodriguez. So let's go ahead and jump in. We'll have Mauricio Javi on the left and Juan on the right. Looks like they got some maps beginning. And let's get into this. Hopefully they do pretty well today. They've been having a few challenges a few times, but nothing I know that the Bobcats can't handle. So let's jump in. So starting out to begin with, we got Javi in first place, and we got Juan right behind in fifth, kind of battling out. Unfortunately, slips on a banana and ends up all the way back in sixth place. We got Javi holding it out in first place, still kind of battling out, holding on to his position there. Juan has a boost mushroom, taking a shortcut to lead up, hopefully get a little bit of an advantage, gets up to fifth place, so moves up a spot. Javi gets his first place spot taken, ends up falling all the way down to fourth place, but battling it out and getting it back to third. We got Juan on the right, still kind of hanging out in fifth place. Javi gets hit and ends up back in fourth place, but then that player ends up getting hit and then ends up back in fourth place there. And then Javi's still kind of holding it out in third, and Juan's trying to catch up to that fourth place player. And it looks like he has Hampton-Dumont-CAL school right in front of him, and they'll be playing today Hampton-Dumont and Ames. Javi's still kind of holding it out there and trying to make his way up to third place still again. Throws his shell backwards, trying to hit that player, Hampton-Dumont. But looks like they're right behind him with the star. Oh, yep, hits him with the star power. Kind of unfortunate there, but we got now Juan and Javi right next to each other, so they kind of got to be careful. Juan ends up hitting a car and ends up wiping out, dropping his place all the way back to sixth place. And Javi's just holding on to that speaker, kind of blasts his players away from everyone, so as soon as he gets close to him, it also kind of protects him from any of the other shells that come near him. We got Juan holding on to the boosted mushrooms, and looks like, unfortunately, Javi ends up using a boost, kind of taking a little bit of a shortcut. Gets a little bit closer to fourth. Let's see if, unfortunately did not make it to that fourth place spot and end up in fifth, sixth place. Tough battle. So, starting out the match, they're kind of tough and ending up in last place there. So, and I believe I saw maybe Ames getting the top two positions. So, pretty hard start to the Marshalltown Bobcats, but let's see if they can bounce back. So, all right. So, it looks like they lands on Marshalltown's map, which is Cheap Beach. So, yeah, it looks like Ames got first and second. So, kind of got to catch up to those guys there. Let's see how they do in this race. All right, starting out with a pretty decent boost here. We got Javi there trying to make his way up to first place, got into second. And Juan ending up in third place. Javi ends up throwing a red honing shell and gets to that first place position. And then Juan making his way up, actually in third place, so he's probably going to take a shortcut here. Oh, unfortunately gets up hit with the red shell, but still has an extra boost, so he can kind of make his way up from that loss from the shell. Javi ends up hitting a tree, unfortunately. Hopefully he can aim that non-honing green shell and hit the other players. Takes a drift around that mud pit. Still making his way to second place, and Juan kind of make his way, unfortunately, to last place. Javi using a red shell as a defense instead of offense, which is kind of a good idea. Javi ends up getting a red shell, throwing it out to first place, hits first place, and ends up taking that spot. And Juan kind of still hanging out in sixth place, trying to battle his way back into a top position here. Javi ends up getting a coin, holding on to it for now at least. And then taking a double surprise square here. Ends up getting a bomb. Holding on to that for now at least. Throws it back. Ends up not hitting anyone, but he gets a banana, so he's probably going to hold on to that, use that as a defense. Juan making his way up to 5th place now. So moved up a spot here. Javi still doing a pretty great job in holding on to that 1st place position. Still holding on to that banana. Looks like a honing shell. Yep, came up and avoided him with that banana. Kind of getting off course a little bit and hitting onto that green spot. Slows him down a bit, but nothing too terribly drastic. So ends up taking that 1st place position. So, and Juan taking up that 2nd position too. So nice job to the Bobcats, making their way up from a 5th, 6th finish to a 1st, 2nd. So huge job to these Bobcat players, making their way all the way up to the leaderboard again. So pretty tough there when you're in last place, but hopefully that's some pretty good motivation to these guys to lead up here and get a better position than what they were at. So let's see where they end up going. I believe this is Yoshi's Island, Yoshi Circuit. Yep. So they'll be racing there. Looks like Ames is still kind of holding off that leader top spot. So let's see if we can kind of take that away from them. Hopefully we can get that 1st place, 2nd place finish again. All right, so it looks like Javi gets a little bit of a better boost and holds on to that 1st place for now. Juan kind of hanging out in 5th place. Let's see if he can move his way back up from 5th or 4th now and make another 1st, 2nd place finish. Javi's still holding on to that coin and uses it up now. Gets a banana, using it as defense. Cuts through the grass there. Gets a little bit of a gap there from the players behind him. Juan still kind of battling out, but has a boost mushroom. See when it's a good time to use that. He's probably going to use it for a shortcut, but he's still kind of holding on to it. He uses it now. Ends up moving his way. Oh, unfortunately gets hit with a honing red shell. Moves his way all the way down to 6th place. Javi holding on to a coin, but getting chased by, a red honing shell, so ends up getting hit. But still kind of making his way up there, battling it out now with 1st, 2nd place. Juan holding on to 5th place. See if he can make his way back up. Javi takes another shortcut. Doesn't pay off a huge amount, but still kind of holding on to that 1st place, 2nd battle there. Right behind Ames High School. Ooh, one of the Ames High School players threw a banana behind him and makes up ending up wiping out. Now he's kind of in the back of the pack there with his teammate. 5th, 4th place. Let's see if they can make their way back at least. Nice job taking a shortcut through the waterfall there. Both of them take a shortcut through there. One of the Dumont Catholic or Hampton-Dumont players that were back there. The bomb hits up Ames, and Javi takes that 1st place. But battling out, as you can kind of see, just grinding it out with that other Ames player taking that 1st place position. Let's see what these surprise cubes end up hitting him. Gets kind of a defense there. Hopefully they don't throw a blue shell. And then we got, oh, nice job. Ends up taking that 1st place position. And we got Juan ending up in last place, unfortunately. And as you can see, Ames is kind of tied up with that 2nd place position on both players. So pretty great job for Javi for landing up that first place position again. So pretty good job for these guys. Juan kind of needs to move it up a little bit, but it's okay. He can. We have faith in him. No doubt he can make his way up there again. But great job to Javi making it to that 1st place. All right. So let's see how they do in Rainbow Road here. Hopefully they do another. Javi does another great job here and gets a 1st place, and hopefully his teammate Juan can be up there with him. All right. Ooh, ends up getting hit with a red shell to begin with, and he gets a coin. Kind of the bad part about getting in 1st place is because Gets hit with another shell. Kind of the bad part about starting out in first place is that you don't get the best amount of items, and it looks like they ended up in 4th, 6th position. So hopefully you can kind of catch up there. Takes a drop there from the map. Kind of takes a bit of a shortcut. Ends up in 4th place. It's got some boost mushrooms that he can kind of use to lead off of there. Uses one of them now to kind of catch up, and uses another one to kind of catch up to them a little bit more. Gets a ghost and also gets a flame flower. And ended up kind of using... ends up hitting him. Nice job. And makes his way all the way up to 2nd place. Throws the shell backwards to hopefully get that other player, but I don't think he got him. Still kind of drifting there and trying to catch up to that first player spot. So let's see how well he does. Nice job, and ends up landing it. So he takes that 1st place position. So huge advantage right there that he took that with that leap there. Might I say a leap of faith. And holding on to a banana, at least for the meantime, to kind of use it as a defense. So pretty smart idea. We got Juan there, still kind of holding it off in 6th place, unfortunately. He ends up throwing a blue shell, unfortunately, which is coming right for his teammate, which is not a good idea. Yep, ends up hitting his teammate. So ends up dropping all the way down to 2nd place. Throws a red shell, hits the Ames player. Makes his way to 1st place. Unfortunate. I said it's kind of a bit of a leap of faith because you have to make it in order to get the huge payoff, but still kind of holding it off. Make his 3rd way. Ends up getting hit last minute with the red shell. Very unfortunate there. So such a good move there, but very unfortunate to the Marshalltown Bobcats there, kind of getting hit. So good job to these guys. Looks like Javi still kind of got 1st place. Juan ended up in 6th, unfortunately. So, and it looks like we will be switching out teams now. So the next in the lineup will be Dayton, Mars Hernandez, and Sam Bennett. So we will see them coming up next. And I'd like to take this time to thank our founding sponsors. So without them, of course, we wouldn't be able to have this amazing room and any of this possible for them, or without them. So huge thank you to MacDine, Emerson, Marshalltown Company, UFCW, Local 1149, JBS, and Raycom. Again, huge thank you to you guys. Without any of this, it will not be possible. So huge thank you to you guys again. Really appreciate all the help you guys have given us. So thank you. All right. And looks like we can jump on to these guys here and kind of see where they're starting out. So, of course, you've kind of heard Sam come in here a few times and help me out on the commentary. So he will be moving in his way up, making his debut from JV to varsity. So let's see how well he does. Knowing Sam from Overwatch as well, I've helped coach him during Overwatch, and Sam and Dayton, both of them, they're very intelligent young men, and they definitely know their way around. So it's kind of great seeing them move up from JV to varsity. They both catch on very well. You might recognize them as well for making it all the way to 3rd place in the Overwatch Winter State Finals. So great job to these guys as well. Hopefully they can match, if not beat, their success from the winter. So let's see how well they do in their debut to varsity. But I have no doubt that they'll do pretty well. So looks like they're going to choose the airport. Pretty great map. I've raced in that map before. Something that I enjoy actually doing on that one. That one's pretty fun. Also a bit of a challenging one. So let's see what the computer will pick for us. All right. So it looks like Donut Plains 3. So let's see how this goes out for them. All right. Hopefully they can capitalize on the last ones and do a little bit of a better advantage for them. And I forgot to mention on this one now, I believe it will actually be... Oh, nope, it looks like... Sorry, I was told that Hampton-Dumont will not be participating, but it looks like they are, so we'll be having a full teams here. Sam kind of holding off to third. Now he's in second with his teammate Dayton. Still kind of holding it off, so hopefully they can kind of catch up to that Hampton-Dumont player. Sam has a Bob O Bomb, kind of a mouthful to pronounce. Trying to take a shortcut there. A little bit of a tough shortcut, but still holding off. Ends up getting hit with those flame flowers. Making his way to third. One of the Ames high school players ended up passing him. Takes a shortcut through the grass, but unfortunately that's a bit of a mistake. It slows him down. And Ames High School again holding on to first, second. That player right in front of him has a reverse drift. And gets hit with his own flame flower, which is very unfortunate. There's a bullet bill flying out through there. Taking up one of the boosts, makes his way all the way up to 5th place. Kind of gets one of those I'm not sure what the item is called, but it gives you pretty much everything that the game has to offer. But unfortunately, his player was right in front of him, so it's not like he could have gone crazy and used them all at once. So kind of the unfortunate part. But ended up with I believe it was 4th, 5th finish. So not a terrible finish, but not that great of a finish. So they're gonna go with Mute City, I believe it was now or pronounced. So we will see how they end up doing in this one. Hopefully their map gets selected. Nope. So looks like they're gonna race in Electro Dome. So let's see how well they do in this one. Hopefully they get a decent amount of a boost here. All right, so they get a decent boost, nothing too terrible. Kind of battling it out here, using the slipstream to get a little bit of a boost. Fighting it out for first. Sam takes that first place position. So holding it out, narrowly avoids that green shell. Still kind of battling out with Wario there. Dayton takes that first place position, second place position currently, holding on to that green shell. Make sure to use it as a defense and not as an offense, since his teammate's right in front of him. Throws it back to hopefully hit another player, avoids them. So now it's Sam and Dayton holding on to the pack, getting front to the first, second position. Sam throws a Bob O Bomb backwards to kind of hit one of the other players, avoids him. Dayton gets hit, unfortunately, but they still hold on to that first, second place position. And there's a player right behind them, sneaking up right behind them. Ames player ends up getting hit. Sam gets hit too, but still holds on to their first place position. But looks like, I believe, is that Ames right in front of them, kind of battling it out there. Still holding on to that position. So doing a pretty great job starting out with that first, second place. So holding it on right now. Sam's still holding on to that red honing shell. Like I said, he can throw it back or he can kind of hold it on as a defensive play. There's Wario. Oh, unfortunately throws it and hits his own player. But he's still holding on to that first place position. I'm assuming he tried hitting the Wario that was right in front of him, but unfortunately he didn't have enough space to hit him. So now Dayton kind of has to make his way up back to that second place position, but not that far off. As you can tell, he made his way back up to second place, and unfortunately that player kind of hits him with the speaker, but makes his way all the way down to sixth place. But it's not that difficult since they can kind of hold it off and use uses a huge shortcut, takes second place. Nice job. Uses that boost to come back from sixth place and get that second place finish. Huge job from Dayton to make that huge comeback. So great job coming back and getting that second place position, the first second place position. So, all right, looks like they're going to go ahead and try Mute City again, I believe, but that was quite a nice job on that finish there. So almost ending up in sixth place, but like I said, these Bobcats know their way to climb back into the race. So great job from them. So now they get first and second place positions. Hopefully they get a good boost to kind of make their way. And now they're let's see if they can hold it off. Again, get that first, second place position there, holding it off with each other. Sam uses the slipstream to kind of move back into first place position, holding on to that green shell. You got to be careful that Dayton doesn't slide right behind him and hit run into that shell by accident. Dayton still kind of making his way, fell back a little bit, so unfortunately makes his way to third. Maybe, narrowly avoids that green shell, so Dayton still holding on to that boost mushroom. Tried to use that shortcut, but didn't seem like it paid off too well. Jumping off the map. Not a good idea. Ends up getting hit twice, and looks like Sam got hit as well, so ends up making his way to second place. Looks like Wario has a bit of a gap in front of them, can kind of relax and hang. It looks like he's still building quite a bit of a lead, unfortunately, so hopefully they can climb their way back up to the first place position. Unless something major happens where they unfortunately fall off the map, or they get a blue shell. And it looks like they're still kind of making their way. Sam using the green shell as a defense. So they ain't kind of battling it out, trying to make his way back up there with his teammate. Bumping into the walls, unfortunately. So the unfortunate part with choosing a Bowser, they're considered what's called a heavy character, so they're a little bit more difficult to travel around the corners there. But that ended up hitting Sam because unfortunately the Wario player ended up crossing the finish line, so it goes to the next player ahead of the pack. But yeah, going back to that heavy player, Bowser's a bit of a heavy player, so he's hard to control around the corners. But the nice part about having a heavy player is that you can actually you get a bit of speed. So you're a lot faster on the straightaways compared to the corners, so kind of makes up there, I guess. So all right, still trying to go with that Mute City there. Hopefully they can. Oh man, kind of likes to to play with you a little bit. So drag and drift away is what they're going with. So let's see how well they do in this one. I think this is the final race. Yep, final race. So let's see how well they do here. Hopefully they can pull off another first, second place finish. All right. So starting out with the head of the pack there with these guys. So still battling it out and trying to make their way up there. Sam can use a bit. Oh, unfortunately falls off. But he ends up using. Oh, then they're pitting Dayton. But Sam takes that second place position. Has a shell. Throws the red shell to kind of hit that first place position. Throws it again. But looks like, oh, nice job. Doing a pretty good job just holding off. Oh, but unfortunately gets hit with one of the red honing shells. So he's end up using the boomerang. And they're second and fourth place position. We got Dayton over here holding on to that second place. Sam takes lands on the grass, which unfortunately slows him down significantly. Oh, ends up falling off the map. And we got Dayton with a boost mushroom. Hopefully, gets hit with a shell. Hopefully he can catch up. Ames right there with green shells still. Gets hit with the green shell again. That's kind of the bad part. He ended up passing them and got hit. So Sam getting a gold mushroom, getting all the way to third place, but still you got the Ames player right in front of him. Takes him over with that star power. But it looks like Ames has a boost mushroom. Dayton has a star power. Kind of helps him out there. Making his way to second, third. So we got a second, third place right now. Wario has a huge lead. So kind of tough to even last to make it all the way to first place. Dayton uses the gold boost mushroom to see if he can make his way all the way back. Nice job. Takes that second place finish, and we got Sam with the fourth place finish. Looks like Ames barely snuck in. So Hampton-Dumont takes that first place spot. So all right. So second and fourth place finish for Sam and Dane. Not too terribly of a job. They did pretty well. So great job for their initial varsity debut. So great job. And I'd like to say a quick shout out to our new support, Subcity. They are supporting the Marshalltown Bobcats and providing us their delicious subs for the esports banquets. So huge thank you to Subcity for supporting us. If you'd like to go visit them, they are located at 8 East Main Street here in Marshalltown, Iowa. So huge thanks to those guys as well. And now switching on to our Team 3, we got Ross Vitek and Mark Rodriguez ending it up in our third place, or our Team 3. So we will see how well they do. And let's see how well these guys do. Hopefully they do a pretty good start here. Looks like we're just waiting on. Looks like we might be waiting on another team, or that might be the last team there. So we'll end up seeing what's going on there with them. All right. So let's see how well they do here. All right. So let's see how well these guys do. So it looks like this final team will have only 2 teams. So it'll be Marshalltown and Ames. So let's see how well they do against kind of like a 1v1. All right. Looks like they're going to go on Yoshi Circuit. So, yep, Marshalltown versus Ames. Hampton-Dumont had to drop out of the race. And let's see here how they end up doing. So we got Mark with the dry bones and Ross with Luigi. Holding on to that second place position. See if they can hold on to it. Kind of battling it out with Ames there for that second, third. Still holding on to that place there. Oh. Ends up falling out and hitting the grass because it kind of slows him down. Ross throws banana all the way across using a ghost to make himself invisible, but unfortunately, like I said, through the grass kind of slows you down. So still battling it out. Mark has that first place position, still holding on to that first place. Ross holding on to that drift and kind of still making it onto the road. Almost fell off of there. And oh, nice job. Ends up taking that third place position. So kind of made me think it was Mark there for a moment because it looks like they chose the same player. So, but still holding on there. Nice job. Ends up hitting him again. Falls through the grass, unfortunately, so slows him back down a bit. So, but still holding on to that second place lead or position. So Mark still trying to gain a bit of a lead. Ooh. Ross ends up trying to drift through there and use a boost, but unfortunately it does not work very well. But still holding on to that second place position. Mark gets hit with a blue shell, which he still holds on to that lead. Has a bit of a gap. Ross gets a red shell. Uses one to throw back. Now he can use it again to hit that player. So pretty good job. Oh, ends up running to that little toadette and getting hit while they had star power. Oh, not getting him, unfortunately. So it looks like it'll be a third place finish. So at least he got third place. So that should keep them where they're at now. So hopefully they do a little bit better in the next round. All right. So let's see how they do in this next race. It looks like they'll be choosing... Oh, no, I thought they were choosing Thwomp Ruins, but Mario Circuit. I think, let's see here. Mario Circuit might be from Nintendo 64. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. They're going to look like they're going to choose a different one, so... We'll see how this one goes for them. Toad Harbor. All right. Ross gets a little bit of a slower boost. It looks like they all end up going to the left side of the road. Ross decides to go underneath instead of up top. But they all seem to kind of fall down. Ross takes the high road. Gives him a little bit of a shortcut. So that helps him out. Takes the first place. And now we're rocking a second place position. Ross ends up taking up the wall. Still kind of helps him out there. Still holding on to that first place spot. So doing a pretty good job holding on to that first place position. And then going in short and cutting him off. Oh, nice job. Looking back and using that banana. Otherwise, he would have been hit. Now it looks like he's going to be taking up the top spot, and we got Mark falling off. So far, kind of doing their own thing and holding it off, so not a lot of attacking going on. Ross used the Mark used the Mark ended up using a shell. Ross kind of taking another shortcut there, but still doing a pretty good job making it for first and second place position. And still kind of holding on to those leads there. That shell ends up going towards Mark, and Mark just uses another red shell to kind of avoid it, but Ross still taking the wall, get a bit of a boost, and holding on to that first place lead. But looks like they're just kind of cruising off and building a bit of a lead on these guys, and seeing if they can, yep, there we go. Both of them end up crossing that finish line, so first, second place finish, and they end up getting a third, fourth, so. Good job to these guys. All right, so let's see what kind of map they end up choosing around, so. Wario Stadium. Looks like they chose Mario Circuit. Yep, Mario Circuit. First map they selected, so. So let's see how they do in this one. Hopefully they can end up with hopefully they can end up another first, second place finish. Maybe as easy as they did the first one. Or the last race. Player ends up getting hit with a piranha plant. We got Mark, and I think that was Mark that got hit with the, with the piranha plant, unfortunately. We got Ross. Oh. Jeez. Oh, man. That green shell is kind of just toying with you. Has to get a little ahead of Mark a little bit to throw that green or that red shell in order not to hit him. Throws and ends up hitting the Ames player. Moves his place up to second. Mark not that far behind on third place. Still has that. Ends up throwing the red shell on. Ends up hitting the first place player's red shell. So, oh, ends up getting hit with a green shell and dropping down all the way to fourth place. Let's see if Ross can catch up to that Ames player. Ends up getting hit with his own green shell. See if he can take a shortcut. Oh, decides to not take a shortcut. So let's see here. Unfortunately, with that boo, it steals from anyone. So it unfortunately stole from his own teammate. And they're on their second, third place finish, but the other Dry Bones is way up there, unfortunately. So unless something drastic happens, they won't be able to make it, unfortunately. And oh, Still holding on to that second place finish, so almost lost that second place position. So kind of a bad mark there. So, but they did pretty well this round. All right, looks like they're going to be choosing a baby park. Let's see if the computer agrees with their decision. And we're just waiting for Ames to select their own map, and then once they select their map, should be all set. All right. Let's see if it'll land on Baby Park. Oh, man. So, unfortunately, it does not land on Baby Park. Still waiting it out for that Baby Park. So, we will see how that ends up on.
I think so, yes.
Looks like they get a pretty decent boost, so we will see here how they end up. Oh, kind of battling it out there. Making his way all the way up to second, third. Let's see if they can take over that Ames player and get that first place position. Oh, almost hit him. Not that far behind that Ames player. So let's see if they can take over that first place spot. Let's see if they get anything good here from the Adams box. Red shell, but he has a banana. That was weird. Throws another red shell. Ends up hitting them. So he takes that first place position. We got Ross over here kind of still battling it out. Ooh, Ross taking a hit there, unfortunately. And Mark still holding on to that first place position. Mark getting his first place position spot taken, but he has a boost. Oh man. Unfortunately, getting that second place spot. And that was a really tight one there, almost getting that first place, but
Yeah.
so not too bad. They did pretty good so far, so and it looks like that'll be the end of the race. So thank you guys again for joining us, joining me into this this night's stream. I really appreciate every one of you coming in and supporting us, either through stream, in person, or buying stuff off of our item shop. So again, huge thanks to everyone who supports our esports program. I really appreciate it. I believe we will not be having a JV stream this Thursday. So again, thank you for joining.